What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at player moments, Hector Bellerin's review. And again, unfortunately, for whatever reason, my recording's gone a little bit pear-shaped. I think it happened on, Quaresma's one. And I don't understand why everything seemed to be fine. But what happens is when I do it all, like go all live, all of that, I finish it, and then when you see the end, the overall product, it just has a repetitive noise rather than any of the commentary, so I can't even salvage any of it. We did do well with him, which you'll see in a few of these matches. We have had to cut it down a little bit more differently. We've gone with a lot of goals, a lot of opportunities, maybe not featuring as much as Bellerin as I personally would like, but realistically, from what I'm going to say about him, I don't particularly feel too fussed to go and do him again. If it was someone like Neymar or someone who I thought genuinely needed to see what he can actually do in every single clip, I would go back and do it again. For Bellerin, he's an 86 rated squad. He requires no informs, just one BPL player with 75 chem. That I have no problem with. I think that genuinely is a nice requirement. As you will see as well, we are frozen at the minute. When we go into the next clip in 1 second, you will see me moving. Just ignore me in the corner. I'm not redoing the video just because it's just a bit easier to do it like this. You'll see me put him in the squad. I've tried to highlight the bits that I would normally do in a recorded, but obviously the live com is pretty much gone from it. So I am speaking a little bit different. So try and focus off me face because I'm not saying what I'm saying on there. But we have put a Guardian on him because one thing that I didn't know about him, which I probably should have known from the very start, is that he only has 75 composure. That is shocking. That is very, very shocking for this card. I'm thinking we're in, middle to end of it, March. We need players with at least 85, at least 80 at the very push. Like, that's even really pushing in composure right now. We cannot be having players with 75 composure in teams, especially first teams. And I thought, we'll get past that then. We'll look at him. He's got the pace. He's got good defending to start with. Obviously, with a chem style on him, you may think a little bit better. But I just thought he may be that surprise. That's someone different. He's an 86 rated squad. To be honest, it isn't a lot of coins. It's looking in, about 80 to 100k at the minute. If you can consider getting 86s for about 10 to 13k. And then even if you went for an 87, you're looking at about 16, 17k at a push. So realistically, you're only spending about 80 to 90k. Granted, you get no packs back. It is just Bellerin for an 87 rated card. I would probably have said he deserves to be a little bit higher, just because if they're going to pick a player like this right now, they need to make it worth it. Like an 87 rated right back right now is just not worth it. You've got Wan-Bissaka at 84, who's just come into packs. You had Carvajal get his 87 card. You've got Lala at an 88. You've got Trent as a 90, whatever he is. Stupid amounts. You have Zambrota, who was a Icon Swaps 2 player. There is a lot of right backs in the game, and bringing out an 87 Bellerin with 75 composure, decent amount of pace, good defending, not as good physicals, and then everything else is shot. I just don't know if that's even worth it. But we're going to the first match. As you saw, we've managed to go ahead 1-0 up very, very early on, and I think we go ahead and nearly make it 2-0 straight away. But we're feeling good. The first couple of matches, we played 3 in total. The first 2 matches, we realistically didn't need him. We had just an attacking team. You see here, this was the only thing he did in the first match. It was fantastic, obviously. He's taking the corner. You can see me dragging 2 of their players gone. Hullet makes that glancing header. It goes over the keeper and into the net. And we've managed to get ourselves our first rage quit of the evening. So that's always fantastic. I will never complain about a rage quit. So we will jump into the next match. Honestly, we literally played 10 minutes and we got 2 goals. Bellerin getting an assist off that corner, which is always nice. This second match we're coming into, he had a red Mbappe. That I am very jealous of. I really want a red Mbappe. Bar from that, the Ramos is nice. Orisic obviously with a cheeky little bit of an upgrade, but realistically for me, I just still don't think he's a starting player more than he is a super sub. As a super sub, I've got a lot of choices at the minute. We're going with Traore, Kubo, and who's my last one? Kent. Another great player, but obviously Kent now can't be upgraded. So Traore, Orisic are the 2 to go. Kubo's already fantastic at an 88. I don't know how Mbappe missed that in the 4th minute. We get a little bit of a run with Bellerin. He knocks it inside again, and then Mbappe just about misses it. But then redemption comes, we get the ball back, it comes back in, we flick it round with Mbappe, we stop again, we pass it across, and Neymar's going to see that finish and secure us another rage quit within the first, 5 to 10 minutes again. Honestly, I don't get what people have got today, but we got so many rage quits to start with. But again, not a lot to really say from Bellerin in that one. So realistically, we've not had any chances to really make him shine until this match. We've got a shapeshifter Kante, Vieira, Timothy De Jong. Prime moment, Luis Hernandez. He's got Neymar. It's a very, very good team. He does swap around Kante and Vieira, and honestly, prime moments, Maldini and Vieira together are just unreal. Maldini is a one-man army regardless, so we couldn't really do much about that, and that really took a toll on this game. Bellerin was just out of position. He really didn't do a hell of a lot. He managed to get a few tackles in, but realistically, for what I'm paying for him and what he actually produced in this match alone, when we're going against maybe, yes, a better player than what his team portrays, but a decent team nonetheless, it may need some improvements, but realistically, he's got to be doing better. I felt like he was a little bit clunky, and I don't get what the keeper was doing here. Kubo makes him pay in the 70th first, and that's 2-1, and then literally straight after that, we managed to kind of get the ball back. We pass it through to Messi, who's literally blitzing onside. Mbappe back to Messi, over the keeper, and it's 2-2 in the 75th. It was an absolute comeback, and unfortunately, I go ahead and I do this. I play with Sandro. I don't really show what he can actually do. And then we get Ronaldo scoring. And pretty much that is going to be the game for that one. Bellerin for me was not good enough. I really didn't think he shone in any of their matches bar from the first one with the assist. He's got great pace. His defensive ability is good. I wouldn't say it's absolutely outstanding, but it is good. Physical wise, realistically for me, I just think there's so much more options out there. With what I said, Zambrotta, Lala, you've even got Zanetti as a prime if you really want. I know then the icons are necessarily going for a little bit cheaper than what they were a few months back now. So there is the option to get that. Carlos Alberto, prime moment, is obviously in icon swaps if you really wanted to go there. You've got Wan-Bissaka's 84, I think he's good. Like Wan-Bissaka is not amazing, but I think he's on the similar sides of this card right now, and realistically you're paying a lot less for this one. So I just think there is so many options, and it's just hard to see, because Bellerin back in the day was a very good player. We had him for his pace, we kept him for his style, and he genuinely was nice to add to the team. He was this new BPL Arsenal right back that dropped onto the scene and out of nowhere just decided to absolutely mincemeat everybody. Now I just think he's a little bit forced. Last year I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was absolutely amazing, but he definitely could play in a team. This year, I just don't see it. I really think this card was forced, and unfortunately, it's another card that's going to go into the club, probably not going to do much, as obviously we have Trent. Right backs are going to be the ones to really hard to come by for me to find somebody who is going to be better than Team of the Year Trent, in my opinion. So it's another one into the club. He is an 87 and he's an untradeable BPL, so is Trent. So we've got not really a lot to do with him, bar from maybe if the next icon swaps requires 11 Spaniards, then we've got something to go with. We haven't got a right back Spaniard unless we do Ramos by then, and who knows, that's 40 days away from now, so that is more than possible. Honestly, I thought this card was okay, but realistically, I wasn't too impressed. He's a good card, but for me, not a first team player, not anybody who's going to really put a shift in for you and win you game. Not even win you games, because it's not fair that he isn't, but save you games potentially then. Because his defensive ability, I think his composure always plays on my mind, and that's something that you should never have any doubt in your defensive line. They should be all solid, they should all be ready to work for you, they should all have your confidence in being able to play out with. I think Trent has it. Bellerin just realistically doesn't have it for me, and it's a shame, because I thought this card would be one of them cheap beasts, someone who just comes in and suddenly makes an absolute menace out of a team. But unfortunately, it is one of them ones. I think we give and try, But we're giving him a 6 out of 10 overall. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Sorry again for the content that it is a little bit subpar. I really wish this was better, but we make move, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.